a member of the United States fly fishing team. This is my 11th World Championship, I think. You had to be flexible and ready for any eventuality, and sure enough, when we got here and the weather became a bit apocalyptic for most of the championship, well, all of the championship, it turned into no mayflies and a polling fest for most of it. So the only venue that really had any done action was here on Penstock, where we're at right now. But for the most part, it was put on some buggers and strip fast and hope that you find some clear water that hasn't been stirred up yet. So it was kind of a shame in that regard that the venues didn't get to show off the way that they normally do. But Tasmania has been a great place. I love just the environment around here. It's strangely familiar with different flora and fauna because I live in the American West, where there's lots of open territory and not many people, and Tasmania is similar in a lot of ways and yet very different, both in its terrain as far as the plateau instead of high mountains, but just a high central plateau, but also all these glacial tarns, which is very familiar from home. We have a lot of high altitude, high country fishing in our mountains for backcountry lakes, so it's been really fun to explore some of those here and see how challenging the fishing is. Here on Penstock, where there's a lot of hungry fish, especially during a good hatch. Most people, if they do things decently, can definitely catch some fish, but those backcountry lakes, they certainly test your skill as an angler, and even then, when you feel like you did everything right, some of them just didn't want to play. They'd come look at your fly and say, "No, thank you very much." If I could summarize Tasmania, I think mania is the best part of that word. There's so much crazy stuff that happens here when you're between driving along and watching wallabies and wombats and even the odd Tasmanian devil, dodging them as you go in the car, to watching them jump around while you're fishing, to some very large and challenging brown trout that tested lots of skill. It's a maniacal place, but sort of a fisherman's mania. It's not a place, I think, in a lot of it where people might want to come who just want to go catch easy fish. I think this is the fisherman's place, this is the angler's place, not just the fish catching angler's place, because it's a place where you're going to test your skill and be rewarded with some really striking memories for it, but don't expect to just have it handed to you. You're going to have to earn it.